Hey guys, Andy here. So you may have seen a video I did a month or so back about a Withings sleep mat from Withings, surprisingly enough, who were bought out by Nokia at some point, but then I think got sold back to them. I'm not entirely sure. And I bought the sleep mat as kind of part of my getting into shape, my getting fit. I wanted to know how well I was sleeping, just as part of my recovery really, and the sleep mat gives you a score. It literally gives you a score on how well you slept and gives you a green, an amber or a red. And I love that kind of thing. I do love my stats. I do love something tangible. I love something you can put a number on. Now obviously your weight is quite an obvious thing that you can put a number on, but there's just more than just your body weight. There's your body mass, there's your body fat percentage, there's all these kind of things. And I have reviewed scales, bathroom scales before that would do this kind of thing. But I had a look at the Withings Body Plus and thought that they looked a really nice set of scales, and thankfully the good people at Withings sent me some. So it's a bit of a large box. I'm not going to try and unbox it on my desk, we'll do it on the bed behind me. So let's take a look at what comes inside the box. So it's quite a sort of neat, simple box, as is the design of the scales really, to be fair. On the back we get a bit of information about, as I just said, it's not about weight, it's more than weight. Even, I love that it gives a weather forecast, that's good. You weigh yourself in the morning, I quite like the idea of that. It telling me highs and lows temperatures. So we slide out the kind of outer box and there's another box inside which we open up, and there are the scales. The instructions tucked away in the top of this box, but we don't particularly need the instructions right now. Let's take the scales out. I realise there's some extra feet at the bottom. Now these are for if you have to weigh yourself on a carpet. They always advise weighing yourself, you do it on a hard floor surface, but if you do have to do it on a carpet, you attach the extra feet. So as I said, it's quite a nice design. I like that it's not got the big metal strips either side for a lot of them have for weighing, for measuring your body fat. And we can see there now I've removed the sort of battery guard, I suppose. It's come to life and it's telling me to go to go.withings.com, but I already have a Withings account and have the app on my phone because of my sleep mat. So I'm just going to go ahead and add the scales. It did take a few minutes, but it's generally fairly sort of self-connecting and setting up. You don't have to do a great deal. Here we have to choose which different screens we're going to see. When you weigh yourself, it will scroll through the different options. You can just tap on them to unselect them or select them back in. You can reorder them using the drag bar on the right hand side. Then it wants us to set like a target weight. Now I won't lie, this would have been a lot easier if I could have just typed in 17 stone. It was a bit tricky to get the exact amount. It also asks how much you want to lose a week, and then it gives you a little bit of sort of kind of instructions. So the way they measure body fat is by passing a small current through you. The more fat you have, the more resistance there is to the current, therefore that's how it can work it out. But I love that they just look like plain sort of white scales. Anyway, it says let's try it out, so I guess we should. As it says, you have to have bare feet. Now I wobble myself around a bit intentionally, so you can see those arrows flashing in the corner. If you see them flashing, that means that you're putting weight on that side. So get yourself nice and centered. It knows it's me. It looks as and up in the top left corner. There's me weight. There's me body fat percentage. Which is not a bad measure for me for today. I've been to the gym. I've been cycling and stuff. Yes, I think that's yesterday's. Only 5,000 steps. Your bone mass, kind of weird. Muscle mass. These are all the things that we've just seen that you can tick in and out of in the app itself. So speaking of the app, let's take a look of what you get in the app. So we can see here now steps, they're being imported in from Google Fit. I'll show you how we do that in a moment. But basically you can kind of scroll through your timeline. So you can see last night, this is my sleep tracker. I'll try and remember to put a link to that, have it appear up in the corner there. Heart rate, that was literally me just doing it on the back of the phone using the light. So this is the weight I did. That's actually one imported from Google Fit, which is not supposed to have because it hadn't imported out properly because I hadn't set it up. But that was me weighing in this morning. Yesterday's steps. So here it is sort of offering you some advice and challenges, and yeah, I've already set goals, that's fine, let's come back. It's got some tips on using the scales, but this is generally what you're going to see is each day how many steps, how much sleep, and if you've weighed yourself, obviously the weight will be appearing in here. End of the week, you got a bit of a summary of the week, which is kind of cool. Oh, look at that! I hit 10,000 on the Saturday. Had a good night's sleep in the morning, and yeah, that's kind of it. So that's your timeline. You can scan back through things. If you look on the dashboard, just gives us kind of a summary of everything, really. These are, I've not really used these, if I'm very honest. Pregnancy tracker. So there's various different kind of programs that you can join, but I don't really. Well, let's have a look at one of them, I suppose. It kind of I think it explains what you should do to sleep better and stuff like this. If it loads, maybe we won't bother. Whoopsie. And then devices. So there's the scale, there's the sleep mat. So you can change. I think I did sort of show you the different bits. You can select things in or out. You can move things up or down. Put them where you want them. This is where, so my brother I've sent him an invite. It was quite simple to do. Share your scale. You send them an email with a link. You can just add people onto your account if maybe you've got young children or something. It's easier to do it that way. But I've set him up with his own account. And then my profile. Total of 300,000 steps. 90. I've weighed myself quite a lot. I've only twice been over 10,000 steps. That seems a bit odd. So I set my goal at 17 stone. That's where I'm heading for. Since I started at 21.5, that's not too bad. So this is where things are linked. So if we go to Google Fit, for example, so I'm importing the steps. Look, I've turned the weight off because weight will now come from this, and I'm exporting the weight. I mean, I've said heart rate, but to be honest, I don't really know that that's. I had put activities because I kind of hoped that my sleep would export over. You can link up different things, so you can link up the Nest. This is mainly more for the sleep mat, to be honest. So when I get out of bed, it can turn the lights on and stuff like that. Well, actually, that's not that. That's that. When I get into bed, it'll turn the temperature down or anything like that, really. That's pretty much it. You do get a web-based version if you wanted to look at it, but I think the app's probably is a nicer way of seeing things, to be honest. We do get a graph, and we can change, obviously, the scale. See me gradually gaining weight, and then it dropping off right at the end there. Look, you can add old measurements in if you wish. Add a weight measurement, look, and you can change the date. You can predate it, postdate it, predate it, I guess. You can see that I've been relatively successful so far, so I need to keep that up. You can see them in a list view if you prefer. You notice, so this is the first one I did where it was using the scales. It's got all the different fat mass, muscle mass. That's quite cool. If you're worried about how heavy they will weigh, they will go up to 180 kilos, which is pretty impressive. And it weighs in 100 gram increments. You can have up to 8 different users. You can even weigh babies. There's some kind of sort of pregnancy and baby mode that lets you weigh, I guess, the extra weight that you're holding. So I really like it. It comes in a black, a white, a pastel green, a pastel sand. They're really nice looking. It's hard to say how accurate. I mean, they seem to match up with the scales I was using before. You've got to imagine they're going to be accurate at the sort of the price range that we're looking at. And I just love that they're Wi-Fi connected. My other ones, I had to take my phone with me when I went to weigh myself, and now I don't have to worry about it. I just put them down, stand on, and off I go afterwards. So I really like them. They're £90 from various different retailers. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But for now, my name's Andy, and I'll catch you all again soon. Well done, and thank you for making it to the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, you might want to click the little fellow that should hopefully appear about here to subscribe. You may also want to check out some of my other videos, which are going to appear somewhere there. Also, come and have a look at my website, androidandy.uk. There is also a forum. Come and say hello on the forum. If you've got any questions about things or request me to review things or anything else, just come and have a chat on the forum.